Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Faye Mac and I post videos about life in Canada as a Nigerian Canadian now. I was about to say as a new immigrant, but yeah, as a Nigerian Canadian, and how to relocate to Canada. So thank you for joining this live broadcast. I know I haven't really posted much about it, but I hope you guys join and see the notifications. But today we're going to be talking about living single in Canada and dating in Canada. This is a topic that I get asked about a lot, but I don't really have the experience with that. So I've decided to bring you people who actually have the experience. Okay. So I have my people here with me, my guests, and I'll just have them introduce themselves one after the other. Sonia, do you want to go first?
Hi, sorry. What did you say?
Introduce yourself.
Hi. My name is Sonia. I'm a Nigerian as well. I live in Toronto, but I'm currently in Miami. What do I do? I'm 36 years old, a single mom. I have a beautiful son, a handsome son. That's 5 years old. And
Yep.
I work as an executive assistant. Yeah. What else? That's it.
You also have a YouTube channel.
Oh, I also have a YouTube channel that's kind of abandoned, but I'm going to hopefully try and it's so you guys called Hello Sonia.
Yeah, it's called Hello Sonia. So you guys go subscribe and support Sonia. She has a very interesting life. Like she's always flying. So, and I hope we're getting vlogs, vacation vlogs. We need those so that we can live vicariously through you.
Some that I'm owing, but I've not done yet, but hopefully soon.
Okay, good. Yes, Marina is saying, and you sew, Sonia. She sews, she does hair, she does a lot.
Designer.
Yes,
So
yes.
Summer is coming. This dress, can you see? This is a summer pickle. Has high
Yeah, so yeah, she does a lot. Let's move on to Priska. Priska, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hi everyone. My name is Priska and I'm Nigerian as well. I moved to Canada in 2018 and I'm a lot of things. I'm a PhD student. I'm a researcher at U of T. I'm a teaching assistant at U of T. I live in Toronto, Canada. Right now I'm in Brampton, which is the part of Toronto, and I'm pleased to meet everyone.
Thank you, Priska. Priska is an FEWA, as you can tell. And that just means somebody that likes book and that is smart. She's such a bookworm and I love it. So yes. Chika, when did you move to Canada? I think we missed that one.
I moved 2018.
Okay. And Priska?
2018 as well, August 2018. So roughly 2 years now.
Okay. Moshope, go ahead and introduce yourself, please. You're not new to this channel. A lot of you guys still inbox Moshope till this day from our previous chats that we had live. But yes, still introduce yourself for the new subscribers.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Moshope. I work as a product designer. I'm based here in Toronto. I've been in Canada since 2019, June 2019. So that's almost 3 years now. And yeah, is there anything else to say about myself? Like, yeah, I live in North York, Toronto. So yeah.
Okay, good. So first thing, have you guys seen the documentary Tinder Swindler? No,
I haven't, but like
I have actually.
I've watched it.
Okay, good. So I'd like us to get into it a little later, like personal. Well, if you want to share personal experience, but any experience that you've had, that can. Priska, you're laughing. Okay, we'll get into it. But what has been your experience so far with dating, or well, first of all, living single in Canada? Because 3 of you came to Canada single, right? Okay. Yeah. And I am supposed to have one more guest that's a guy, but he hasn't showed up yet. So Boshakwe, don't worry, me I'm on your side. I can
It's only me
identify
that it's only me that is
as
here
male
today. Okay.
right now, but hopefully he joins in so we can get another male perspective. But from your experience, how was it moving to Canada, a new country, just upping and leaving your country, moving here as a single person? How was that? Who wants to go first?
Not be eating online.
I mean, I can. Since Chika is
Yeah,
eating.
Priska.
I would say it's really like it takes a lot of bravery to do that. Like probably picking up your life in Nigeria and moving to a new country. And for me, it was I think my first worst experience traveling out was when I went to the UK for my masters. It was like I was dumped into a new environment and I had like figure out a lot of things. I was just 21 or 20 at that point, and it was so hard. So but when I moved to Canada, because I've been to like a western country before, I could easily like translate those knowledge I learned there to this place. Like it was easy for me to figure out how to use, for example, the TTC, how to get to different places, get Presto card, get different things. As a single person moving to Canada, it was hell. It was hell. Like I started thinking at some point, like, sorry, when I moved, in fact, before I moved, my parents were like, yeah, try to get married. So when you move, you have someone that will be with you, blah, blah, blah. I never understood that concept. I mean, I think it was myopic at that point because I didn't really have anyone I was really very much into. But like when I got here, I understood that because Canada is a place that there's a lot of things that would require companionship, right? For example, going to the grocery store, if you want to buy two things, it's cheaper than buying one thing, right? So if you have someone living with you, even if it's not like a partner or whatever, like have someone living with you, it will make your life much more easier. So it was really scary. The first few months was like hell. Like if I had a return ticket, I would have gone back home. That was like it was that bad. But I started like reaching out to different people, trying to make friends, started becoming more involved in like GTA parties and stuff like that. And I met a couple of people. I met Chika. I never met you in real life, but yeah, I met a couple of people through those platforms. The thing that I would say that I learned being here is you have to be very, very intentional in terms of going out of your way to make friends. Like I've never had to do that in my life. Like I'm someone that people will come and find me to be friends with me. But here I had to like make that conscious effort to go out, to meet people, to network. And it was hard, but I mean, I guess it's part of life building skills that I had to acquire at some point, and coming to Canada like opened my eyes to that reality that okay, you have to learn how to do these things. So yeah, not the easiest things to do, but I'm happy I did.
Okay, that's you saying it was hell.
It was.
That so what were some of the challenges? I guess. Did you feel lonely at some point?
Yeah, I did, but like being me, like someone that is always in, like I'm not really out there, I'm not very sociable, I'm very reserved. I felt bored. Like, can imagine me that is always indoors, feeling bored, staying indoors. Talk more of if I were sociable, that would have been very worse, right? And what, like, yeah, it felt really boring. And I would say I did a lot of things that I wouldn't have done on a normal day, I would say, but I had to do them to be able to meet people, to be able to like have friends to talk to and stuff like that. So yeah, it was really lonely, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, because that's a question that people are very curious about, and worried about too. I'd say, but we'll get more into it. Mushakwe, do you want to go next?
Oh yeah, sure, I can go. Moving, like moving here as a single person. For me, I would say like it wasn't really. I've always been one kind of person that like I like to do what I want to do, kind of free spirit in that kind of sense. So moving here wasn't a big deal. I think it was actually even good for me to move here as a single person because there were life decisions I had to make that it's way harder to make when you have a partner. You can't just take risks because you have to figure out, oh, I have a family, I have a kid. So like, career switches and all that. It was really awesome to just make the switch. And for me, like, I had kind of armed myself with knowledge to know that, oh, you're going to come to Canada, like, this is how it's going to be. So right off the bat, I was just like, up for meeting people, making friends and all that. So it wasn't too bad. And, fine, I had to get used to a couple of things. For example, like, before moving to Canada, I'd never used a dishwasher. That's kind of figured dishwasher. And I'm still that kind of person that, I've still been told, oh, this is how you do these things. And I learned, like, oh, this is how you use the washing machine and the dryer. Back home, you use the washing machine, you spread the clothes outside. Not a big deal. You get the grocery carts. And, I had friends, like, I made friends here. Some people were here before that I reached out to. So arming myself with that knowledge was really very important to, come in, settle down. And I'm always the kind of person that whenever I travel, I like to meet people, like, mix with the locals and all that. So like when I went to Kenya, I still have friends over there that we still talk and all that. I just go to places and learn. So that's one thing for me. Now, it definitely sometimes it can get lonely, and like I mentioned, you have to be very intentional. Like now that my life is really very busy and stuff, I put it on my Instagram and people were laughing and stuff. I use calendars to schedule my meeting with people. Like from now to the end of the month is really pretty booked. Like I have people like if you don't put it in my calendar, it's not going to happen. Like I'm going to forget because life happens. We're all busy, and you have to be intentional about going out there. Like I'm not like a party person in that sense. So I get involved in like the outdoor activities, winter activities, summer activities, and all that. So yeah, it does get lonely at times, but you just when it gets lonely and all that, just deal with it. Like meet people, talk to your friends. A closed mouth won't get fed. So yeah.
Okay, interesting points. We'll come back to some of that, but I want to hear from Sonia as well. What was your experience moving here as a single mom?
It's been interesting. I think I didn't focus on the single part because I had a kid. I was more focused on just like settling down with him, and it was challenging, obviously, to move by yourself with a child. Like the young child is like 18 months when we moved, without money. Like I really didn't come to Canada with money. You watched my coming to Canada video, you realize that. So getting a job, I didn't start off very good. I started off with a minimum wage job and it was like a temp job for 3 months. And so just trying to settle down. So I was not even thinking about dating or being here. I had my plate full. And I don't think I've ever felt the loneliness because I have my son. So I've never felt lonely. I mean, you would want some romantic attention or whatever, but lonely in a sense of, oh, I feel like I'm, nah, I've not felt that. But you enjoy romantic attention. But it was interesting. I'm used to living outside of Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria, but I grew up in the UK. Then I was in the UK for like 8 years. And then came back to Nigeria and I went to school in Ghana, then came back to Nigeria and went to my master's in Serbia. And I like to travel a lot. So being in the Western world or whatever was not a challenge for me at all. In fact, when I came here, I was like, oh, finally, I can breathe and be myself, express myself the way I truly want to be. I feel like Nigeria was just holding me back. So coming here was just exactly what I needed. And I feel like I flourished a lot and coming to myself even more as a person. And so, yeah, it's been good. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. And I'm glad you mentioned that, having a child helped to make sure that you don't feel lonely too, right? So we'll come to that as well. But I want to ask everyone, what are the specific things that you did to combat loneliness if you felt lonely at some point? What are the specific things? Because I know you say, oh, meet people. How did you meet those people? Priska, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I think I kind of touched on that at the beginning. It was for me, it was basically being intentional, right? Trying to actively find where things are happening. I think there was this Instagram page called blog.to or something like that. Like it would
Yes.
always tell you where things are happening in Toronto, even though I never attended
Right.
most of those things, but it was good to like know things are happening. And then I got really involved, not like involved, but I followed up the GTA group, WhatsApp group, like trying to like know when they're organizing their brunch. So I could attend. And yeah, and in the bunch, I actively tried to make friends, like have people that I could talk to. Maybe not a guy or anything, but like maybe just someone to talk to when you're feeling lonely, someone you could talk to when you're like feeling maybe you have to talk to someone about something that is not family and stuff like that. So yeah, for me, it's just basically being intentional and just going out there and seeking for where things are and trying to go and meet people and network.
Okay, yeah, that's great because then sometimes we just say, oh, do this, do that, but we don't really go into detail of those specific things. So, well, free plug for blog.to. So if you're in Toronto, you can check them out. Instagram pages like what are those now? 6 something the 6 and
Six
then
balls?
Yeah. So those pages, you just they tell you all about the events that are happening in Toronto and in other parts of town. Mushakpai, do you want to go next about the specific things that you do when you kind of feel some sort of loneliness, if you
Oh
do?
yeah, like if you're feeling lonely, it's always good, like have someone you talk to. So I have some of my friends, like even most of them are not even here. Like my guy friends, my female friends, like we're all around and we just kind of talk and all that. I think it just helps. Like you actually excuse me, actually talking to someone, it really helps. Now, it might be romantic talking, it might just be like normal talking, like in my Priska said earlier. Just have someone to talk to over there. And like if you going out to be intentional about you want to do stuff, like when I came over here, I started learning how to ski. So I've been going out to ski, I have my own gear and kit. I go out there and jump out and putting myself in activities, like getting into those things. And of course, like if you're kind of person that you work a lot, I work a lot. So sometimes like just immerse yourself in work. That might not work all the time because you don't want to kill yourself basically. But also too, if you're busy with something, kind of takes your mind off it. But being active and as I started to grow my like, my friends and all that during summers, we usually organize activities, like we travel, like we went to Montreal, we go to places, we just kind of do all those exploration things, and it really helps. And at those places too, you meet people because this person invites this person, you guys come. Before the whole pandemic and the whole lockdown brouhaha that we've been going through, we organize games night at home. People come over, you chill, you just those kind of things. So yeah, just do these activities. I'm very comfortable on my own. Like I hardly get bored because I have a billion and one things to do. So, but when I feel bored and I can feel lonely and all that, I talk to someone.
Okay, makes sense.
Mhm.
Sonia?
Yeah, I get bored like everyone else. I actually enjoy my own company a lot. Um, so I stay at home. I can be dancing and making videos. I just do a lot of stuff myself. I can be skating, bike riding. I don't really have to do stuff with people. I enjoy my company a lot, but I'm actually very sociable as well. It's just that the funny thing is the way I'm sociable, people think I always go out a lot, but I actually don't go out that much. I'm actually in my bed 90% of my life. I'm in my bed.
I mean, I don't believe
But
that too.
no, but the thing is, when I go out, I'm out. I do it.
Yeah.
I put my whole energy in it. So when I do it, like people always think, this baby is just, but they don't know that half the time I'm in my bed. But when I'm out,
Chica,
I'm out.
Sonia, the enjoyment minister.
Yeah, so they don't realize that, like, if someone that is close to me that talks to me a lot, half of the time if you're calling me or this thing, I'm just in bed. Like, are you sleeping? No, I'm just in bed. I work from my bed. Like, even my working from home now, I do it from my bed. I have a bed desk, so I stay in that. If I can do,
Yeah.
I eat in bed. Everything is in bed. But so if I'm feeling like I want to talk to people, obviously I have friends. I'm a friendly person, sociable person, so I talk to some of my friends. I meet different people. I met a lot of people on this GTA Connect group and Life in Canada group. So I'll talk to people. We used to talk. I used to talk on that group a lot. I was active on the group, and I talk to people from there. Sometimes I meet up with people, and even from work. I talk to people from work. I'm a sociable person, so I don't have an issue like mixing and networking and talking with people at all. I don't have a problem like making acquaintances and friends and whatever. So in that area, if it's just getting rid of loneliness and boredom, that one is not an
Yeah.
issue for me. I always have people to talk to, activities to do, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So has it been more difficult now in the pandemic? Because what a lot of people don't know in Nigeria is that here in Canada is like we've been on lockdown for like 2 years. It's right now people are just tired and fed up. So all the Caribana and carnivals and events and all the things that typically happen in Toronto and in other cities are not happening. So has it been more difficult now in the pandemic for anybody?
It was at some point in 2020, because I think that year was when I was like, oh, I'm going to try and be more outgoing. Because when I first moved, obviously I moved with my son, so it was not even easy to get around and do stuff. Although I was a member of a church, so the lady would tell me if I want to go out or watch a movie or just hang out once in a while, I should let her know she would babysit my son. And she did, I think, like twice. But then I'm not really someone who wants to like be bothering people like that. So when I had to get my mom to come. I sent for my mom, and she came to me in 2019, and so that 2019, I was everywhere. That summer, I was on the streets. That 2019 summer, I was on the streets. Everything everybody was saying, you want to go? I said, a minute, let's do it, because it's like I was just breaking free, because I had to just be at home with my son. Then 2020, when I was like, okay, yeah, I want to stop. I like winter because I don't even bother going in winter. I don't like wearing clothes. Winter, to go out, you have to wear not even your normal clothes. You're not gonna even wear excess. So winter is my month for saving. But summer, I was like, okay, summer is coming. Go out, and I just started working at a new job. Next thing, we're going on lockdown. You have to work from home. Things were not even open, so it's not as if you say you want to go out. But summer 2020 came, and I still found a way to go out, and I actually met some people. I joined a dating app. I was on a dating app, and so I met people from there. Hung out with one or two of them. I even had some of that on my channel. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. It was a bit hard, but it was still not too bad if you're open to the online, meeting people online or whatever.
Okay, we'll definitely get into the dating app part of it. Moshokwa, did you want to say something?
Oh yeah, I wanted to just add, like, like the way Canada is the kind of place that teaches you, if you're not comfortable with yourself, man, you're gonna have it really very hard. If you're the kind of person that today go and bed this person's house, it's not gonna work anyway. You have to be ready to enjoy your own company first of all, then start doing stuff. So for me, like in 2020, like I came in 2019, so I came summer, so I still experienced like the life, the drive, and all that. And 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic, people were afraid, like everybody was the fear. Toilet paper was out of stock and all that. People were going crazy. It was hard to me because everybody was afraid, like someone still said that, like, Jesus, like, you understand? But we've been on lockdown for so long that nobody even cares right now. Now, the sad part about it is we've been on lockdown for so long. Things are opening up, but you still don't want to go out because you're just used to being inside. Like, I can't imagine going to a concert now, even though I like concerts, but I'm afraid that I don't know who's going to have the Omicron or something. So I'm not even going to I'm going to like want to go and all. So yeah, that's just my own addition. I don't know what Priska thinks.
For me, just like everyone said, 2020 was actually very it was hard to adjust to the lifestyle of having to work from home. I mean, prior to the pandemic, I was working twice a week from home. So like now going full time working from home was really hard. And I think then I used work as like my outlet for boredom, like meet my colleagues, just with them. Like I look forward to going to work every day. And now you took away that component and then made us start working from home. I was like over it. And then like at that point I lost my dad. So it was like that was just a very bad year for me. It was like I didn't know how I went through 2020. Like it was so hard. I tried like to reach out to people to like actively make friends in 2020. But then in 2021 I started my PhD, and yeah, like right now, I think I don't even care about the pandemic anymore. Like things are open, I don't care. I have 1,001 thing on my schedule to do: assignment, coursework, teaching, doing my job. Like my plate is so full that I don't even care if anything is open. I mean, I try to like get myself to go out once in a while, maybe once or twice in a month, and just like forget about PhD, forget about work, forget about everything, and just get myself out there and just have some fun. But yeah, like I feel like 2020 was a worst time, but I've adjusted to this life of working from home and I love it. I don't even want us to get back into this space.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
So I have somebody here, Dari Oladipo, who's sharing his experience. He's saying that he moved to Regina, Saskatchewan as a student, and he's been lonely. And he doesn't know how to navigate the environment. I know you guys have mentioned that, joining WhatsApp groups really, really helped you. Also going on Instagram to have a look at events that are happening in your area or in your vicinity is a good option. Dare, definitely follow YouTubers that are based in Saskatchewan. Marina Isiri is here. So definitely watch her videos to see what it is like to be social, because she Marina has a couple of vlogs of her going out and chilling with friends, so at least you'll be able to relate to that with being in the same city. Because I know what it's like being in a smaller province. It's not easy. So just knowing that there's somebody else there sharing their lifestyle online, it would definitely help you. You can reach out to her as well, connect, ask her for WhatsApp groups in that province or in that city and make friends from there. But I hope I know it to get better. So don't worry too much.
Can I add to that, if that's okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm also a student, so I think I have some insight into this, even though I'm going to school at U of T, which is like a city as opposed to Regina. But like, I think if you're a student, you get a lot of listservs every day, a lot of communications every day. And like, this is Black History Month. A lot of Black people, a lot of Nigerians are doing a lot of things. It could just be online. I went to one like day before yesterday, and it was like Black people, Nigerians who just played games together. And I connected with someone that's we're meeting up later, maybe this week, to like have a coffee or a drink. So I mean, watch out for those lists, watch out for those communication, and see what is happening. It's just like 10 minutes, or sorry, maybe an hour of your day where you just meet people and play a game. That way you can connect with people, you can meet them offline, and from there you start building your network of friends. And yeah, I think that would really help.
Yes, those are great tips. And you just reminded me of one of my former jobs, where my job was basically to help Black students in the university when I was in Nova Scotia. And I used to organize lots of different events, and Black History Month, we had fashion shows, we had so many different events. They might not be as big right now because of the pandemic, but trust me, like, there are events happening around you. You can also check on Facebook. There are so many events on Facebook. Honestly, just be careful, right?
Also too. There are groups that might, so you can check on Facebook, there are groups.
Yeah, on Facebook. Don't say, oh, because it's Facebook. Yeah, I understand that. No shit. But there are so many events on Facebook. You would be surprised that. Let me give you a quick example. When I was in Nova Scotia, somebody invited me for a Halloween party, sent me the link. Somebody, just a random person, sent me the link on Facebook. I went on Facebook, clicked that I was attending, even though I wasn't really sure that I was going to attend. And I saw one of my old friends from Nigeria that I know moved to Dubai. And I now realized, oh, you're in the same city as me right now, Halifax, Nova Scotia. How the hell in this world, like, are we meeting up in Halifax, Nova Scotia, right? So we couldn't even believe it. Like, from that party, just seeing my friends on Facebook who are also attending that party, I was able to, connect with people that I already know, right? So very important to actually use Facebook as well and other social media. Marina is making some recommendations here as well. She says check with the International Student Center to know what happens around. Also check your local library as well. You'll be able to find events that are happening in your area. Don't be shy. Don't say, oh, this event is not for, people like you or whatever. No, attend all events. You're going to, meet a lot of people there. Janie, hey Janie. Janie says Facebook, Eventbrite, Meetup. You can find things near you. Exactly. So don't be shy. If you're an outgoing person, definitely try it out. I personally am also one that is comfortable with myself at home only. Like, I'm happy. I'm my own company, right? As long as I have internet, I'm okay.
But you're married now, so
no, now even before I got married, I was just at home. Honestly, even that Halloween party, I didn't go. I clicked attending. I met my friend, but I didn't go, right? Because for me, it's just a lot of work. But don't be like me. If you're not somebody that's a homebody, then definitely make the effort, right? But those groups also help, right? They help keep you company. The WhatsApp groups, the Instagram groups, and stay in touch with your friends from Nigeria. Right? Like, I know the time difference is there, but still have WhatsApp groups, and definitely don't just cut ties, because being a student here can be kind of boring, right? So it's easy to fall into that triangular lifestyle of school, home, restaurant or church, whatever, right? So just try your best to make those efforts. Okay, question here from Marina. Is it true Nigerians don't like dating each other? And that is where we're going to even launch into the controversial part of this topic. Because I will try to stay neutral, but I've always been of the opinion that we have more serious single women here than we have serious eligible bachelors. So please, let Moshokwe, I can see you. I can see you shifting in your chair. Let us talk about that. Is it true that Nigerians don't like dating each other? And are there really enough eligible single people? Because people are complaining. People are complaining, asking for, hookups. Well, not hookup, the new Nigerian term definition, but like for somebody to hook them up with somebody. And, there's a lot of complaining happening in the community among single people. But if everybody's complaining, shouldn't it mean that everybody is serious and ready to go? What are your thoughts?
I can go first. So my answer, like, it depends. Like, it depends. Okay, so Nigerians, we don't like dating each other. I think it depends on the kind of Nigerians that you meet. Really, that's just my own thought. You understand? And coming into Canada, like, everybody lives. So in Nigeria, we all have the same kind of mindset. But once people come over here, they start meeting people they want to kind of explore. So, for example, if you're a Nigerian woman, you come over here, like, a feminist, all about female empowerment, and there's one guy that else came from Boshogbo, and he still has all this traditional whatever. It won't work, you understand? Because you will be like, we're already here, like, a lot of things cost, I know we can talk about it later on, but a lot of things cost, like the disparity there. Then also too, like, I've seen scenarios where you have, for example, like, people, like, people coming to Canada, and everybody's trying to hustle, trying to make life for themselves. So someone that has made life for themselves, now they see someone else that's really struggling and all that. You'd be like, do I want to sit down and lift this person up? You have goals. For example, now the housing market is crazy, you want to buy a house. So many factors here and there, and people also think that, okay, you know what, like, I've been maybe like, I want to explore, like, there are different kind of women, I want to meet more people. So yeah, there's sometimes too, and maybe it's just me, like, when I go for, maybe it's just me, but when I go for like all these hangouts and all that, I'm a very free person, I'm pretty chill. But some people still feel like we're in this kind of Nigeria where you're trying to size somebody up, like, oh, we can't this one drive, which, well, nobody cares over here. So that was my own thought. I don't know what Priska or Sonia thinks about this.
Okay. We are going to come to that, the criteria, because you mentioned buying a house, being in a specific position, and all of that. We'll come to that. But Sonia and Priska, who wants to go first?
I can go. So I don't know that. I know that Nigerian women at least want to date Nigerian men. I don't know about, I think most Nigerian women want to date Nigerian men, or at least black men. Mostly Nigerian. They want Nigerian first.
Chika, Sonia, thank you.
They want Nigeria first, but they're open to other black men, I guess. I feel like from talking to a lot of Nigerian women, most of them are even a bit more skeptical about dabbling in other cultures altogether, like other races altogether. From the women I've spoken to, I don't have that issue. I don't mind dating from any race, but I know that most Nigerian women I've spoken to in Canada, or even in other places outside of Nigeria, are a bit more skeptical about dating from other races. But I know Nigerian men, obviously, being men in general, they want to explore, and they want to they want to explore and experience different women, and they say Nigerian women are difficult, and other women from other races are easier to just get with. The thing is that one thing I know is that a lot of people, I think most people want their person. Most people want their person, but I feel like a lot of people are either so guarded or scared. They put up a lot of walls, and a lot of people are playing too many games. So people are not even being honest about what they want with themselves and to the other people. So they end up playing games, and there's a lot of mismatch because of those games. People are trying to be, this one doesn't want to be seen as I'm the stupid one. This one doesn't. So it's like nobody's even really being vulnerable. People are just playing games. They're not really saying what they want, and it's just like, okay. Then you see Nigerian men. While they want to say explore, they're still looking for their person.
Bird in hand and one in bush.
They're looking for their person. Why they still want to explore? They're looking for their person, and they now be thinking, I don't know. I guess people also meet people who they like but don't like them too. So there's that as well, right? But I just feel like that thing about being vulnerable and playing games, I feel like that's what I've seen a lot. People are always playing too many games. They're not being honest with what they want and, at that moment. And so it's just, it's weird out here.
Thank you. Thank you for a lot of those points that you touched on. And I hope that we still have time to talk more about it. And I hope more guys would come up. I'm missing a guy on this live. It would have been really great to get a second guy's perspective. But if you're in the comments and you're a single guy in Canada, please talk to us. Let us know. Do you agree? Do you not? Are Nigerian women difficult abroad? Or is it just that, it's easy for you to get what you're looking for with other races or with other people? Let us know. Drop a comment. Priska, please go.
So, like, I can't really speak for the guys in this aspect because maybe I haven't really met a lot of them to actually know what they're looking for and what they want.
A lot of
But for the
Nigerian guys.
girls, sorry?
A lot of Nigerian guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like here,
Oh,
here.
okay.
Yeah. But for the girls, I think like a girl would want a Nigerian person first. For me, I would prefer to have a Nigerian person first, and if it's not working out, then I can try to explore. But my first priority would be to like meet a Nigerian person, at least like have something to do with a Nigerian person. And I agree with Chika. I mean, even though I said I can't speak for the guys, but based on what I've seen and what I've heard around here, I agree with Chika that a lot of people here don't really want to be vulnerable. They want to be the, I don't know, the alpha in the relationship, not showing emotion and not like trying to at least say how what they feel and what they want out of a relationship, out of a friendship, out of whatever that you guys are doing. Yeah, and that becomes a problem because the two of you wouldn't be on the same page, right? One person wants this serious kind of thing, and the other person, I don't know, want to freelance, I would call it.
Call it the real word. They want to keep their cake
Sarah,
and have it.
freelance.
Yeah, it's freelancing now because they're not committed to a particular thing, just freelancing up and down. Yeah, so and that leads to a lot of disconnect. And when people say Nigerian women are difficult to get or difficult to be with, I mean, I don't think that's really true because we have standard. I believe that we have standard, and anyone can take a lot of things that you do. But because we know you guys from like Adam, we have standard. We know what we do that is not sustainable. So we don't take that from the first place. Like we try to set our boundaries, set our rules, and if you don't match up to that, then it's not my problem, it's your problem, right? So like I was reading somewhere, it said I don't make you uncomfortable, but you feel uncomfortable. Like it's not me making you feel uncomfortable, it's you that is feeling uncomfortable. So it's not my problem, it's your problem. So I feel like a lot of people like in that situation, it's not because we are hard, but we have our standard that we want to stick with, probably based on what we've seen in Nigeria, what we saw our parents do that we don't want to replicate in our own relationship or in our own life. So we have those standards, and a lot of those men still want to be their fathers. Like why we're in the Western world, like you want to take the things that favor you in Nigeria while you're here, and we are still doing 50-50. I want me to not know now. Like we have to, if we are choosing to live in the standard of Canada, then let's do that across board and not trying to pick and choose what favors us. So we try to bring a lot of things from Nigeria here, but when I'm trying to tell you, okay, this is how it runs, but you don't agree. So I feel like a lot of people some men just want to, pick what favors them and then leave out what do not favor them, which does not make sense.
What Mosefe said, eat their cake and have it.
Yeah. Eat have it at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I can give some. I can just give some. Like at least I'm a guy and all that. And it depends. So I always have this general assumption, and I think it happens here. It happens like all around, depending on the stage at which that like people are at. For example, people say Nigerian women are difficult. Like you mentioned, Nigerian women have the standards. So depending on the stage of life they're at, the Nigerian woman comes here, wants to settle down, have a family, and all that. And maybe like at a particular certain age, they want to kind of settle down and do all that. Now, a Nigerian guy, maybe like, for example, like, you've been in Nigeria, like, the concept about Nigeria, the religion and all that stuff, but you come to Canada, or more, you can just hook up with anybody, do whatever. So they still want to kind of be, it's in that kind of stuff. You now meet someone else settle down. They're not like, you want to settle down, but let me still. So that may be it for some people, you understand? And there's some guys out there too that, they're just out there building their life and they're not even out there looking out and everything. So it's kind of different phase. And within North America, generally, people are scared of commitment. Like, there's a lot of hookup culture. Nobody wants to be vulnerable to say, hey, this is how I really feel. It's, playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes. That's how people run things. And once you find yourself in that society, it then becomes really very hard for Nigerian women or people to, or even some Nigerian guys to date other people out there, because you're like, this is not what I'm looking for. So that's my own thoughts.
Okay, well, honestly, with what you guys have said, it's clear that there are a lot of cultural differences in the kinds of people that move here. And like Priska said, some people will try to, pick and choose what favors them and just, leave the rest and just expect you to get with the program. Like, okay, let me, I don't want to get into the crux of it too much, because there are a lot of financial issues, a lot of different issues that come up, and that's something that we'll have to discuss in another video. But what would you say has worked for you in tackling that? Because, well, would you say Nigerian women should be open to other options? Because it's true, I have heard a lot about, Nigerian women wanting to stick to what they know. They want Nigerian men, and, some of them would explore and, prefer to date other people as well. But for the most part, from what I've heard and experienced, people prefer what, some Nigerian women prefer what they know already. First off, would you say that some Nigerian men are not as persistent when they're chasing you when they're here, compared to when they're chasing you in Nigeria?
Can we define what that chasing is?
Toasting.
you.
Because chasing can be like a creep. You can be, I don't call for this.
Toasting you.
Okay, very good.
Talking to you when they're talking to you, when they're trying to
yes.
get to you.
Sonia, what's your thought on that?
I don't even know. Let's think. I don't even know. I guess not. If I was to pick one of, I guess they're not as persistent as they would be in Nigeria. I guess not. I'm trying to say, I don't think I've really had many Nigerian men even that I even took seriously anyway. Don't see me. I mean, there are people that always try to holler at you, but I don't see those hollering at you as anything serious. I don't know. I don't take it as you're really trying to be with me or get to know me like in that way. So I don't know that I've had a lot of Nigerian men really try to toast me per se. I don't know.
Okay. Priska, what's your experience with that?
I'm just trying to think it through to make sure I'm being thorough. So I would say it's a mix, right? Like, you meet some people that are like on your business 247, calling you up, hollering you and stuff like that. Then you meet other people that are like, every once in a while, hi, I'm still here. Are you okay? That kind of thing. Like, I kind of think because some people that are here, or some Nigerian guys that are here, really have a committed relationship in Nigeria, they don't want to overchase you here. So because they don't want something serious with you, kind of thing. And in Nigeria, I would say there is no, I don't know, people still double date, people still do a lot of things in Nigeria, but there is no, because we're all in Nigeria, there's no have someone out there like that chasing you with all that they have, like 247, bam, 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 bam kind of thing. But again, I think at this point, maybe like when I was in Nigeria, I was in a stage where I love being chased, right? Like, chase me from that to what I'm doing in Yanga, like I'm doing all those things. But here, I kind of started being more of, if I don't want you, I tell you. Like, there's no point, you're disturbing me. Do you get what I mean? Like, I tell you, pump, that wouldn't change. And if I want you, I don't want you to chase me. Like, I would say yes, and then we'll get straight right into the whole situation. So yeah, so I can't really say, like, I would say, like, I'm in a different phase of my life in Canada that I can't really, like, comment on that chasing, because I don't want to be chased. Like, I don't.
Okay.
Don't chase me. Like, I tell you outright if I want us to move forward, and if I do, we get to it, and if I don't, I block you. Like, don't call me, please. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
No time.
Moshokwe, what are your thoughts?
For me, like, That's why when I talk about the whole chasing thingy, I've never been one to subscribe to that notion of chasing. Like, oh, you want person, you be calling them, and all that. Like, come on, if you're building your life as a person, like, where would you have that kind of time from? And I'm the kind of person that, like, I'm direct. If I meet you, I tell you point blank, this is what, like, this is what I'm looking for. This is why I'm messaging you and all that. Let's talk
Yeah.
about it. Let's be clear and let's get to know each other. Now, if let's say, for example, like, I'm messaging someone and you're not vibing at all, I just feel, oh, this, I've made my intention known, this person's not interested, I move on. That's it. And some people will be like, but you did not. I'm like, if you're like, let's show each other interest, like, let's talk about stuff. And then if we see that, oh, like, we are good for each other, let's then say, okay, you know what, let's go into like a relationship and stuff. It was back in Nigeria, you see people that will be calling you and all that, start chasing you, and it's even kind of creepy over here. Like, if I see someone trying to just call me, I'm like, I'm in a Zoom meeting. Don't why you disturb me like that. Yeah, lots of
Yeah.
stuff. So if you make the intentions known, this is what I want, point blank. And that's one thing. A lot of people don't make the intentions known. Okay, I'm chatting you. Why are you chatting me? Define it point blank. I want to get to know you. Okay, I want to be friends. Okay, I want to hook up. Say it, and if anybody is okay with it, they'll tell you what it is. And at this, and I think it's with a phase of life, at this phase of life, and also to sometimes to, I have noticed, because I've been around, a lot of people are not very interesting. This is just my own opinion, and we can talk about it. Not really very interesting. Like, you are talking, and like, it is really, it's really, I don't know. Yeah, exactly, because I'm like, like, you meet some people and then you just flow and you all that. I know find some people are reserved, but if I'm the only person that's always bringing up everything, like, I'm the only one talking, am I radio? And your answer is FYN. Yes, no, why? I'm, yeah, not even fine, like FIN, FYN. I'm like, anybody got time for this? So, like, you can imagine, let's say, for example, now in this dating where you're talking to people, you're talking to one person, person is replying you one word answer, not picking your calls. I'm another person that's giving you that vibe and all that. Like, of course, you lean more to the person that's giving you that vibe, because that is the person that's showing that they are interested. Like, that's my own.
Okay, so would you say that we as Nigerian women need to be more open to, well, leaning more to what Priska said, and not be looking for who to chase you? If you're down, be down. Don't be, doing, I want to be, because I personally, when I was single, I liked the chase. Like, I liked the chase because it came, it coming to me naturally. So it's like, yeah, try. And who knows, if I end up, liking you, then great, we can continue talking, right? Obviously, there'll be the people that you're just going to shut down immediately and that's it. But sometimes you find a few people interesting and that happens. And so, they make their intention known and you can't really give an answer immediately because you're still surveying the land, right? So at the end of the day, I'm somebody that would have liked to be chased when I was single. But would you say that if you come to Canada single, you should just, kind of ease out on that and be more open to being straightforward, knowing exactly what you want, I guess, from the options that are coming to you? Or is it that you might not even get so many options in the first place? Is it also that the guys have so many options outside where our Nigerian men, sure, that it's women that are chasing them here?
Really? Nobody's. Are they chasing me? Man, I'm here.
Moshakwe, here you could go to a grocery store, a girl smiles at you, she gives you her number. They're open, they don't care. They, like, I feel like nobody's waiting for you to come to them first, right? So a lot of the did you?
No,
who was
finish.
that?
I wanted to.
Okay.
I wanted to talk, but you can finish.
Okay. Okay, so a lot of the time they're very open. When you go to Nigerian parties, a lot of my friends, when I first came here, they used to come to parties with girls from other races, and the girls were the ones all over them, and so they feel like, why should I be putting in effort to chase a Nigerian girl when I don't need to do that with other people, and Nigerian women are just being difficult for no reason. Chika, Sonia, yeah.
I think definitely Nigerian women should be a bit more open, and I feel like everything in life is about getting a balance. So at some point, there's a point where you go for what you want. You let things come to you naturally. Let things flow to you, right? So it's not always fight, fight, fight for what you want. Sorry, am I?
Yeah, we can hear
Right.
you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hello.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, I think my AirPods
Yeah,
aren't
your
working
AirPods are
anymore.
dead.
Yeah,
So
but we
yeah,
can hear you.
you need to allow things flow to you sometimes, and at the same time, you also go for what you want. Someone said that you may not always know what you want from the get go. You may not always know if you like someone from the get go. I feel like for the most part, you know if you can like someone.
Yeah.
When the person starts, you know if you actually like someone. You know if you want to be. The only time you will not know is if you have not even known what you want yourself. If you're not honest with your own self. If you're not honest with yourself, then obviously you won't really know what you're looking for. When someone approaches you, you're not really sure. But if you're honest, you've been honest with yourself about what you want. When you meet someone and someone comes to you, talks to you, you know from the get go if it's someone you feel like you could like. At that point, yes, it's not bad to wait for the man to come to you, but not to make it too much of a long thing by fronting too much, right? As a woman, I can understand how you want the man to approach you first. That's fine. But when he approaches and you have an inkling that this is kind of person I actually won't mind getting to know and I actually will probably like, why make it difficult? Why make it a long thing by fronting and saying, he has to do this, he has to do that, he doesn't do this, that means it's not serious, you know? And especially in this part of the world, men are a bit careful as well because they don't want sexual harassment, all those kind of things. So they can't even be coming too forward. They can't be too forward in this part of the world because, especially if they try with maybe Nigerian women understand, but if they try with some other women from other races, it can turn into something else. They'll
Because
start
they'll
accusing
call
them
on
of
you.
harassment. So men really have to be careful as well. So as women, you too, you have to step up when you want something. If you feel you're interested in this person, flow, give them small green light so they know they're not wasting their time with you, so that people can actually get on and keep talking or whatever. Personally, I feel like you should be open to other. You can be open to other races as well. I generally, because of the kind of woman I am, as in, I'm not your average Nigerian woman, so I just feel like most Nigerian men cannot. I don't want to say handle. It's not like I'm a handful. Like me and them will not really align the way my mind is set up, my
Mhm.
personality is set up. May not align with your average Nigerian man. Me and your average Nigerian man may not align. So me, I've already put my mind on must be a Nigerian because I'm like, when my personality is set up, it may not be a Nigerian person I'll end up with. So yeah, that's that.
Yes, and I agree that a lot of people are being careful so that they don't get tagged with. I mean, we see stories, right? And we see even false allegations of sexual harassment and sexual assault. We see all of that. So yes, they're being careful. But at the same time, I personally feel like, based on the guys that I've chatted with from my single days here, some of them, if you just say what you want, right? Say what you want and give the girl time. And I understand that you don't have to be talking to just one girl at the same time. The girl is also not talking to just one guy. There are other guys on her the way you are also on other girls, right? So I feel like people need to give each other time. And Sonia, honestly, I used to be that person that would think, oh, once I meet a guy within 2 minutes, I already know if I can date him or not. I used to think that until I got married to somebody that I knew for like 5 years. I never thought that we would be in anything romantic. Do you understand? So I feel like sometimes people need time. And I'm just trying to bring up comments here. So Ella is asking, isn't it possible for someone to need a little while to know if they're feeling it or not? Not everyone knows right off the bat. And it's like, okay, that little period where you need time to think about it as a girl, that guy is getting other girls from other places on him and he's like, yo, F it, I don't care, I'm moving on. So I feel like, I don't know, me, I feel like we're kind of disadvantaged, somehow, because we are not opening up to other races. If we opened up to other races, it would be a balanced and level playing field. That's what I think. But we got a question here. Hold on. Or a comment where Dari is saying that he's been hearing that Nigerian women are difficult abroad and for him to stay away from them, and that most of them are feminists and very wicked. Please, what do you guys have to say about that?
I don't
Can
think
I
Nigerian
comment
people are
on that?
very
Oh,
wicked.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me go. I
Yeah,
don't think Nigerian women are wicked. And like you have to first of all define what you even mean by feminist. If you mean it's women empowerment and all that, sure, like women making money, women making their decisions, women buying their own house, not the one that you become. Like, yeah, sure, go for it. Like, let your woman be the main stuff. And as you come over here, for example, like the dynamics kind of change. You can't expect us to have both be bringing the bills in the house, and then one person is one sweeping, cleaning, cooking, doing everything, and you're just there watching TV and ball. It's not gonna work. Here is kind of different. So maybe that's the reason why some people say, "Oh, the people are wicked," because women know, like, you know what you are kind of entitled to, and the person should also step up to. That's one thing. So I don't think it's necessarily being wicked, but just kind of the angle you look at it for. Maybe some Nigerian women are kind of a bit stuck up and not open, like we've been talking about. That might be one thing. Still coming with the whole chasing stuff, and I'm like, if the world has moved on from that, so yeah.
So, yeah, I think I agree with you on this. And I think I have another angle to this. My angle is this. Someone that is saying a woman is wicked and a feminist, I think the person is trying to, I don't know how to put it, like generalize women. So for a woman to be able to, for example, move to Canada on FSW, that person has a strong will, first of all. It's not your average, like can kick up and down like a football. No. That person has a strong will. that person knows her shit. Sorry, like I have to use this word. Person
No,
knows
it's
her shit.
okay.
Yeah, and that person is someone that is not docile. That's the word, right? Because it takes a lot of willpower. Like you just move here, bam, from nowhere. Like it's a lot of willpower to do that, and you cannot now see that woman that has moved here doing her job. Sponsoring her life, getting her shit together, and you want her to act like the girl that you met in the village. It is not possible. Like that is totally two different human beings altogether. So you cannot see a woman that is independent and like what people call feminist. I think is a woman that has her shit together, and that is totally wrong, right? Like if I have my shit together, I can still be loyal to you. I can still respect you, but I hold my own part, right? Like you cannot come and jiggle me and I will agree to do everything that you tell me just because you're the man. No, like I have my things together. So you don't just see a woman that knows her stand, that knows her right, that is doing her job, like trying to put her life together, and you want her to be that average Nigerian girl that you met in the village. I can easily tell, get out of here, and then she disappears. Right? Like that is not wickedness. That is a woman knowing her worth and knowing her value and knowing where she stands. That is not wickedness. A lot of Nigerian people, I sorry to say, but some of our Igbo brothers are like that. Sorry, they want you to be that girl from the village. It didn't mean Canada is not village. Oh, sorry. Like if you brought me from the village to this place, yeah, you can do your thing. But you came here and you saw me. I have my life together and I'm doing my thing, and you want to come in and then change those things? No, no, like it's not possible. If you're looking for that, docile women that you can easily command up and down, Kukuma, go to your village and go and marry them and bring them here, and they'll be your puppet and do everything you want them to do. But that person that you met here, that probably moved here by herself, went to school here, getting her education here, like doing everything, doing her job, making money. Sorry, you cannot just make her to be that person that is in the village.
I
That is
want
it.
to talk as a feminist.
Talk. Uh-huh.
I'm a feminist because I want equal rights for women. I want women and men to be on the same level playing field. I do not feel men and women are the same.
Yeah, exactly.
I do not
Exactly.
feel men and women have roles, different roles to play. Everybody has roles to play. Men within their own circle as men are not the same. They see themselves as equals, but they are not the same. Right? So that's what I want for both men and women. We should all see ourselves as equals, as have a right to be, have a right to opportunities, have a right to live their lives on their own terms. But we all have our different roles to play. And when it comes to relationships, I think the problem is that, and it's even back from Nigeria, men feel like all women need to be submissive. even if
Exactly.
you're not their husband, right? When the Bible talks about submissiveness, they said it's to a husband, not to men in general. Because they don't look as women as on the same level as them, they just feel there's a way you're supposed to be as a woman, and you have to just be calm, you have to be sweet, you have to be, other women will even tell you you have to. There's some women are even teaching other women how to be manipulative. Use sweetness to manipulate the person you're with and whatever. Like Priska said, a lot of people have come here and they're hustling for themselves. They're doing their own thing. They have their own money. They're working and whatever. So they're not just and standards. You're not just gonna take anything, and you're not just gonna want to be submissive to every human being you meet, every man you meet. You're not just gonna come and start doing sweet girl for them. The person you like, the person you're with. I want to believe that any woman is in a relationship with someone that loves her and treats her good is going to be the sweetest person to that man. He's going to be the sweetest person to that man, but you can't be
Yeah.
expecting that off the bat. You can't be expecting that from every woman you talk to. You can't expect everyone to just be very green light, be like, oh, just the sweetest, welcoming you how you want from every. No, you've not shown her. You people are not in a relationship. There needs to be that commitment to each other. When a woman has that commitment, and she sees that her man loves her, she's women just I feel me I'm talking as a woman, I feel like I like peace. So if I know this is my person, I can do anything for you. It's so simple. So I don't think Nigerian women are wicked. If they're wicked to you, it's because you are there wanting what you're not supposed to get, or wanting more than you should get for doing nothing. That's when people see people as wicked, because they're not allowing you have your way. That's when you turn someone wicked, because a woman is not allowing you to have your way. You don't want to put in work, you don't want to do anything, and you just want the person to be giving up everything for you. Then you now say because she's not, she's wicked. That's what me I believe. Oh. That's why I believe they're calling women wicked. I'm a feminist, I would say it, but if I have a person, if I have a man, or if I respect someone, whether it's even just my friend, I know how I am with people I respect and I have high regard for. Right? I'm not just
Yeah.
gonna be like that for everybody. I'm a human being. I'm not Jesus. I can't be doing Jesus with everybody. you know? So yeah.
Yeah. So Grace here is saying also, I think it's selfish to expect submission from a woman who you're not committed to and who has lived independently before meeting you. And that's absolutely right. It's like, who are you to expect submission when, I mean, we're just talking? Or yeah. So I feel like a lot of Nigerian women might get cancelled just from when people reach out to them and then see that, oh, this one independent woman, they form independent woman type of thing, and then from there they're just like, I don't want wahala. Before, if I push her small now, she will call police. Bro, how about you don't push somebody small? Simple. It's simple. It's very, very, very simple.
The games are
Okay,
too
so
much.
yeah, too many games. There are too many games. But let's now move into the whole dating scene with online dating applications, because somebody had asked in the comments for you guys to suggest some dating apps. But before you suggest them, can we know which ones you've heard of or which ones you've tried out, and what came out of it? Is there anyone that has led to anything serious? Is it something that you would invest your time into? What's your experience?
Okay, I can go. I have I spoke about it on my channel as well. I've used Tinder, I've used Hinge, I've used Facebook dating, and I think that's about it, to be honest.
Hold
Tinder,
on, is
Hinge.
Facebook dating a specific app?
No,
It's
it's
within
on
Facebook.
Facebook. It's within Facebook.
Oh,
So
okay.
you don't
Yeah.
even have
Okay.
to go and set up a profile anywhere. You just click on it and just say you want to join it. Like, you don't have to download a new app. So Facebook
Okay.
dating, Hinge, and Tinder. Tinder, I didn't meet too many people on Tinder, but I met one person who is still my friend till today. We're not dating or anything, but we're still like really cool, And then Hinge, I met one or two people off there, went out on dates with them. I even put one of the dates on my channel. It was okay. I think Hinge is a bit better, but it's also for bold women because Hinge lets the woman decide. Like the man can't make the first move. So when you
No,
match,
that's Bumble.
okay, that's Bumble. Sorry, not Hinge. So yeah, Bumble. I forgot
Subject matter
Bumble.
expert.
I forgot Bumble. Bumble is another one. So Bumble needs the woman to be bold because if you match with the guy, you have to be the first one to send a message. If not, the guy can't message you. Hinge, I think, is the one that I've met more people on. I didn't really meet people on Bumble. I've met more people on Hinge. I think Hinge worked better for me than the others. But just go on dates. I met a couple of people. I keep in touch with them every now and then, but I didn't date anyone seriously. The person I'm seeing right now, I met on Clubhouse. Well, we didn't actually meet on Clubhouse, but I heard his voice on Clubhouse.
And you're like, yep, that's it.
and the funny thing is that we were not even talking to each other. I was in the audience, he was talking, and people were asking him questions that I just liked the way he was answering the questions. So I took myself to his Instagram DMs and messaged him. So that's how we
Yes.
started
Yeah.
talking.
So Clubhouse too. Don't underrate Clubhouse,
And
honestly.
Instagram, so those are not dating apps, but they're online apps and you meet people through them. So sometimes you may not actually meet anyone through the dating apps. The Facebook dating, I didn't meet anyone there. It was just very weird.
Random people.
I did a couple of video calls, and because me now, I like that they put the video call thing. I don't even want to visit. Let's enter video call quickly. Let me even see who I'm talking to because
No catfish.
I don't want catfish, and I want to even see if we are vibing a little via video call before we even start saying let's meet. Quick. Once I start chatting with you, a bit like a few sentences, I'm like, okay, so when can we video chat?
I don't know they're real.
Yes.
I need to know what's going on here, right? And then I used to have this dream of having a Blasian baby. So I was seeing some very attractive Asian men on that Facebook dating, and it just seemed too good to be true. And I'm like, where are all these? How did I just meet all this fine Asian baby? Because I was like, I want a Blasian baby, I want a mixed baby, and then I'm just like, I will not say video call, and some of them will just be saying, let's be talking. And I'm just like, They didn't want to do video call. I said, just.
There's something you're hiding.
That's good. They want to get you.
But yeah,
Okay.
it can be good. It just depends on how you put yourself and how you present yourself on the app. Obviously, there are a lot of people there looking just to have sex and whatever. If you're down for that, that's okay. Maybe sometimes winter might be too cold. You just want someone to cuddle. You can find them on those apps. Yeah, in fact, it's best for those kind of things. But if you're looking for something a bit more serious, things can actually start off as friendship from there and then grow. It's not like it always has to be hookups. You just have to be honest with yourselves about what it is you want, and don't feel dejected if you are told the person you are trying to meet someone and hopefully it can lead to something serious. Because obviously you're not just going to meet someone and be serious immediately, but you're trying to meet someone that you can hopefully get into something serious with. And if the person is not down for it, they move on, and don't feel dejected just because that one didn't work. Another person will come along.
Okay, interesting. So Clubhouse was the one out of all of them that really did it for you and really worked out. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So I'm going to ask about one crazy experience from dating apps, if you guys have any, but think about it. We'll come to that. But Moshakwe, do you want to go next?
Dating
Since you're
app
the
expert.
SME.
Expert. I'm not expert, though, but part of my work is part of my day-to-day work is always like gauging experiences and stuff. So I've tried them. Like when I came over here, it was like, okay, I know Tinder I heard is like all about hookups and all that. Even back in Nigeria, I'd opened it, you'll see all sorts of rubbish. So I didn't even bother with that one. Yeah. The people there to me, they look too good to be true. Like everybody's just always in bikini. I'm like, this doesn't look. Please move away. Like it's too. You understand? And it wasn't just the best. So I've tried like the other dating apps. You have Inch, Bumble. I didn't really like. It was kind of the experience was kind of weird for me. So I didn't really use that. But I've used Hinge. There's another one called OkCupid. I think I like experiences where you can actually read people, like then put thoughts in there, read and know the kind of person they are, really filter out stuff. So I've dated someone on Hinge before. I have people that I've met on Hinge before, and we're talking and we're good friends. the online dating scene is just in itself, it's kind of weird. You understand? Like I don't know how to explain. It's just really very weird. And I agree with what Sonia said, that sometimes you meet people in the strangers of places. The online dating scene. Everybody, like, because you are chatting with multiple people at the same time. Like, it's either you are really one person, you follow up on that one person, or your conversation just kind of get lost. You understand? So
Yeah.
yep, exactly. Like, you chat today and then bam, person logs out, PM, the conversion is all gone. So it's just, there are just so many nuances around it, but it is a great way to meet people if you have people that you meet. And I think one thing for me that, that has helped me is I have, like, I know what I'm looking for, and I define it straight up. And I can definitely filter out that, oh, I want this, and I stick to that. And right off the bat, you ask the person, what are you here to look for? You understand? Like, for me, that's what I do. Are you here to just be testing the waters? Are you here for something serious? Are you here exactly? Know what it is, and then if it's not up to you, tell the person, please don't be carrying your load. I'm not here for fun and games and all that. So yeah, that's been my own experience. But yeah, it's a good way to meet. And if for example you just want to meet friends and talk to people, just tell them point blank. I just want to meet friends and see where it goes. And if someone wants that too, then you align on it. No, there's no hard feelings.
Okay, interesting. Priska.
Mhm.
So like I can't really comment a lot on dating app because like I haven't really used them, and I feel like there's this pressure of dating when you meet someone from a dating app, and I could be wrong completely. I feel like if I meet someone there, the person like just wants to date and blah blah blah. I want to like start small, build friendship or whatever the case may be before we can get to that phase. So I kind of try to like not use them. And I think I got into one like a long time ago. I don't remember the particular name. And it was just a lot of people. That was just way too much, and I couldn't. I just left. But I think what like when it comes to social media platform, I think Instagram is really huge for meeting people. At least for me, like a lot of people like I my DM blah 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 talking plenty, and I just go through your pictures and just see if okay, how is this person? How is this person's comment section? Like just like have that um just like have that picture of you that is out there, right? Before I engage
Yeah.
with you. And if I like what I'm seeing, yeah, I will respond to your DM and then we can talk and then probably meet up from there. Like that gives me a sense of having a schema of you, if that makes it like having a picture of you that I wouldn't get on dating platform. Like I'm seeing your comment section, I'm seeing your pictures. Facebook, I'm seeing your, your statues or what you write about. That way I can even gauge, okay, who is this person? Like, how is he thinking? Because fresh off the bat, people just go, women are wicked, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I'm not about to engage with you. Sorry about that. But yeah, that kind of gives me a sense of like seeing a part of you that is important to me that I would like to know first if I want to like move forward with you. So for me, I think I met a lot of people on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, to be specific, because I used to be very, very active on there and I met a couple of people there. So I think it's a good platform if you want to meet people and you don't have to feel that under that pressure of like I have to date this person because I met them on a dating app. That's what I think.
Okay. Priska, what has worked for you though? Would you say offline completely, or well, Instagram still? Like with regards to, I guess who you're with now, what worked for you?
So because I don't really go out, I have always thought that I would meet the person I'm going to be with either on Facebook or Instagram. I don't know why. Like every other person I've dated in the past were from those platforms. But I met this person in church. So yeah. I saw him in the church and then he happens to be a friend of friend, and then we met again at a friend's house, and then from there, Chika, why are you laughing? And then yeah,
As
we
an
just
insider, as an insider.
insider. So yeah, and it's not so it's offline. I would say, yeah, met in church and then started talking and stuff like that. So yeah,
Okay. So that was organic.
yeah, that was very organic.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. And that's not something that we see a lot in the
I
community.
I know.
Yeah. So sometimes when you say church, some people just be like, because some things that happen in these churches sometimes. So it's really good to
So
hear a success story from it, because you guys have moved on to the next level from there, right?
yeah, and like for me, I felt like that church was a perfect place because this might sound very myopic, but that is my own value. I think I wanted someone that is Igbo and Catholic, right? And they had an Igbo Catholic church. So I'm like, okay, this is the place where you can
It's not
potentially meet
myopic.
someone
It's
that's
what you
Yeah, it's
want.
Igbo
not.
and
It's your
also
It's your
preference.
yeah, it's my
preference.
Yeah.
If that's what you
preference.
want to
Yeah,
do,
that
do it.
is also Igbo and Catholic. I mean, I went to the church wanting to like have that Nigerian experience of churches because churches here are, oh my god, boring. You just want to sleep off. Yeah, so I went to church just to, like enjoy that, Nigerian singing, Nigerian dancing, Nigerian community, and also to probably see who is eligible young man in the church, and then it happened.
You
You'll
went to
know about
church
Hallelujah.
this
with a
story.
Praise
mission.
the Lord.
You
Yeah,
went with a mission.
The violence taken it by force.
By force.
By force.
exactly.
And Priska, congratulations, by the
If
way.
Thank
you're if you're
you.
sitting down,
Congratulations.
you're in a long thing. If you're still sitting down, I don't know how the band said it,
If
but
you're
yeah.
still sitting down, you're in a long thing. But yeah, okay. So does anyone have uh so I should tell you about some things that happen in church. A lot. A lot. Because one thing that you don't know is that the communities are very small. The communities are very small. So if you mess with, if you're not serious about what you're looking for, and if you're not serious in trying to settle down, it's easy to get passed around, and it's easy for all that news to fly. It's just a mess, a
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah.
Some
Brother, this person
Nigerian
did this.
churches. Priska, you mentioned Catholic church. Is it a Nigerian church?
Is an Igbo Catholic church, and
Okay,
like
okay.
the I think like for that particular church is mostly married people and people with children. That's like the 90% attendees of the church. Like
Okay.
you meet a single person here and there, so it wasn't really the typical youth Igbo church or whatever Nigerian church.
Okay.
And yeah, like we met in the church, but we did not talk in the church. Let me put it that way. Like we never exchanged numbers
You
after
went
church or
behind the
whatever. Like we met
corners.
again at a friend's club. Like, oh, the guy from Igbo church. Yeah, I was like, yeah, sure. We started talking from there.
Nice, nice. So also you should share tips on what you wore and what lipstick you were wearing. Oh my god, that's too funny. Okay, so before we round up, I just want to hear your thoughts as well, like, or your experience. Have you had a date that went wrong from here, whether online or offline, but somebody that maybe you thought, oh, it was going well, and it turned out to be a big disaster? Is that something like any Tinder swindler type of experience that that you've heard of, or that you've experienced yourself?
Me personally, I haven't yet. You've had this like you go and
Yes.
Say
date
yes.
someone
Are you expecting?
you never in this life, you never know. Like breakfast will chop meet everybody at the end of the day. You never know. But for now, not yet. And like you get like, so if I've met people that you go on dates and you realize that, okay, you know what, I did, there's just not gonna be another date, or I don't feel this person the way, and it's fine. And in that kind of scenario, you talk about it, not just ghost the person, but you talk about it that, hey, like, we've met and everything. I don't feel this, whatever. Fam, you move on, you understand? Or I haven't had a word that, like, I met a crazy person and all that. So that's my own story.
Okay, Priska.
I mean, like I think I've made a couple of like I wouldn't call it a disaster. It's just like you meet people and you're not aligned with them, and even though like they're all looking good and stuff, but you don't align with them on the basic things that are called to you, and you just call it up, and then the person keeps coming back trying to stalk you and stuff like that. But crazy.
Interesting. Chika or Sonia. Sorry, I keep calling you Chika.
It's fine. That's my
Inside
name.
that
That's
name.
my name.
Okay.
No,
Do you have any
it's-
experience?
It's Chica Sonia. Do I? Not really. Not anyone that I've actually gone out with. Yeah, not anyone. I think no, nothing. Anybody? No, not anyone I've actually gone out with. I know there's one that
Okay.
was trying to get me to go out with him and was telling me I should come downtown and I should do like, I was like, no, you meet me halfway because he wants me to drive. But then my mom wasn't around, so I was like, I have to get a babysitter. So it's like, okay, fine. I should get a babysitter. I should now still come downtown, drive downtown. I should come and pay for parking downtown and everything. And I'm just like, yo, it's not me and you that is doing this one. You have to meet me halfway. It's like, oh, it's so far. I was like, hey, then it's not that serious. Bye. But yeah, no one I've actually gone out with that has been like that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's pretty much good experiences from online dating so far, right? Okay, that's good to know that nobody is sending money to anybody.
No, come on, you have to. So like for me, my own principle, if something is too good to be true, it is too good to be
It's still
true.
good to
That's
be
that's
true,
the
yeah.
thing. If it's so good, like you see this person, and then I'm like, how you just describe the person and all that, you'd be very smart. Once you're hearing some keywords, I'm gonna get out my ninja, like I know
So
you.
is it so
No time.
are you people saying that you can't just find the one Prince Charming or Princess Charming that has plenty money that will just sweep you off your feet and carry you
Uh
shopping and fly you to Paris? So it's
uh
not possible. All
it's
those Disney things
As
are not
long as you don't ask me
possible.
for money, it's okay.
what do you use for sacrifice or ritual? Do you even do that one
No, but
to fly
that's
you?
what they're saying, Priska. They're saying that the fact that it's not possible to find someone like that because that person is going to come and ask you for money.
Me, I
It has
think
to be
it's
a scam.
possible, but it's like a needle in a haystack. It's not that like well,
It's not that easy to
what are
come
the
by.
chances,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
So
what are the
so there are higher
chances?
chances that you meet somebody who is just trying to swindle you than actually truly meeting a real Prince Charming. I don't know, but who knows? Let me not even talk
I
because
mean,
I don't have the experience.
I think that's possible if you go to the right places. And going to the right places would mean that you're a celebrity or you're some kind of Instagram model, I would say, that they would allow you access to
you
those places where
position yourself exactly.
yeah, where you will meet
Well,
Drake and
those
meet his friends and stuff like that. And yeah, it
high
Yeah,
could
class
happen.
people, or not
exactly.
even
But
Drake. We're trying to meet the NFT and these people,
NFT,
billionaires.
Bitcoin,
Clubhouse
USDT.
now. Clubhouse.
All the silent money. We want to meet the silent money people, not just Drake them. We're not looking for Drake them.
Yep, exactly. But for me, at the end
The
of the
ones
day,
that their t-shirt is $1,000, but it's very simple. It's
simple.
plain.
The tech bros. Moshako, you wanted to say something?
Oh yeah, for me, I'm just like I just take that counts. Like for example, like the whole flying in and all that. Let's say I meet, for example, I meet a woman and then this woman is doing one and she wants to fly me out. I'll be like, fine, like I want to enjoy the water, but my brain will be kind of thinking that is not
Not
like I
usual.
think it's a jazz on me. Understand? It's not normal. Like, is this person a sugar mommy or what is happening? Like, this is not normal. You understand? Now you might get carried around, like bats, that euphoria and stuff. But for me, I'll just be using my second brain to kind of figure out everything. So,
Okay. The last thing I wanted to touch on was long distance
mm,
because I find that a lot of you diasporans do not want to engage in long distance relationships.
It's true.
Why?
Cold.
It's not easy, oh. It's not
it's
easy.
cold. Like what do you say?
I say it's cold now. It's true.
Body
It's
no
not
be wood.
easy. Like I'm in a long distance now, but fortunately for me, my own is not that long. It's long, oh, because you sometimes you just want your person to be there now, and you can't have them now. You have to plan it and all those things. Like that's why I'm always flying to Miami, but you have to plan it. So when maybe this week I'm just like, I want someone to be cuddling me. I cannot have that because it's long distance. So it's not easy. It's not
Yeah.
preferable.
Okay. Moshako, what about you?
Oh, yeah. My own take on long distance is like I'm okay with it, but long distance is something that you can't do long distance and be saying, let's see where it goes. See where it goes how like it's better if you have a defined goal, like okay, you know what, we are doing like serious stuff and all that. And you make the effort to travel, you understand? Let's say like you travel to Nigeria, you travel to wherever, see the person, and you know that okay, there's a time frame to when I'm going to be with this person. If you're just doing this long distance and then you put on no head, no roots, trust me, games are going to be played in there. And also too, like for me, I'm even now more a rational person. Does the person want to move here? You understand? Is the person the kind of person that even serious with their life enough to say, okay, when they come back here, they want to jump right in? You have to factor in all those things also too, because we just say, okay, are doing long distance. And so I know some people that has worked well for them. They met amazing people, but quickly they got married and they're pressing papers to come over here. Everybody knows where they are going. But if it's something that I don't know where I'm starting, I don't know where I'm ending, don't do long distance because there's really no point. And if you're not able to travel to, don't bother.
True. Priska.
Yeah, I think my route to long distance relationship, at least is my principle, is someone I like I knew you before I moved here. I cannot build connection over the phone. That's not possible. I can't start, and I have a lot of principles, I would say, and I can't get those things if I'm just talking to you over the phone, and I can't get those things if I meet you and we stay together for like 2 weeks. No, like if it's someone that I've met before and we had a friendship and I kind of like know you to some extent, yeah, sure, we can do long distance relationship until, and then you're willing to move here, for example, and then we probably take it to the next level. But like meeting a random person, I can't. Like, no. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Me now that I did long distance, but I mean, what Priska said, right? Somebody that I already knew from from
Exactly.
home. So we get a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm getting advised to," just like Priska said before, like they advised you to have somebody before relocating.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's like, oh, like make sure you are at least engaged before you move to Canada because they said there's no husband in Canada. But Boshokwe, what do you have to say about that? Because I mean, you're an eligible bachelor. So how do you feel when those statements are being made?
Well, people say it depends on what your outlook is. Me, like, I feel like marriage is not the end of the world. Like, some people are single and they are doing okay. If you have someone else that you get married over there, it's fine. If you even get married and move together, pretty amazing. If you don't have anybody to, single is single, no key person. You can always come around there. For me, like, I'm a kind of person that I know what I want in life, and I'm gonna go for my life goals. I won't now because I'm single, I'll now sit down and then I'm not moving forward in life. And I'm gonna move forward.
Don't allow loneliness and make you enter trap because
exactly.
you don't be lonely.
Exactly. So I don't want to be lonely. I'm just going to hook somebody and just like if you meet somebody and you guys are good to go, fine. Also, too, like now that the way I'm just speaking like Nigeria right now, everybody wants to jackpot. How do you even know the person that you want to marry is not even marrying because they want to jackpot?
Exactly.
You understand? Like you never
really
know.
For you.
So, exactly. So first of all, like focus on why you want to move. If you have somebody, fine. If you don't have somebody, come over here and be roughing it. And as you're coming here, start asking people, I beg, if you know anybody, and put yourself out there. Like, yeah.
Okay. So what was I going to ask now? I lost my train of thought. No, it's okay. So basically, online, offline, keep your options open. Keep your options open for race as well. If your specific preference is, I guess taking too long, or if it's not working out, I don't know. But for me, I'm for keeping your preference, your keeping your options open, but still having your preference. If you can kind of find a balance and not just write off, all other options. Because who knows, if you're saying, oh, I want a Nigerian man because of the values, because of the culture, because of this and that. What if you find somebody that is not from Nigeria, but also has similar values as what you're looking for, right? So for me, I'm all for, not, I don't know, spreading your wings, just like the guys are doing. Ladies, spread your wings too. Shit.
I think you have to just prioritize what you want. If you're really looking for someone with a particular kind of personality, like the values you said and personality, culture and all those things, people find it important too. But at the end of the day, it's the personality and what the person has in their hearts and values that you be with that will make the relationship grow and be sustainable. So if you prioritize those things and be open to finding it from someone that may not be from the same culture as you, then you're good to go. Also be very honest with yourself, because I feel a lot of people are not honest with themselves and, about what they really want. Be honest with yourself and be honest with whoever you're dealing with as well. People don't communicate and people are not honest with each other as well. Even if you're honest with yourself, you're lying to the person, people are playing too many games. I just feel like be straightforward. Straightforward doesn't mean you have to be easy or too forthcoming, but straightforward meaning that you're honest, you're very honest about what it is you want, and so you're not playing games. Just don't be messing about. You're only doing yourself if you're playing games. You're only doing yourself.
And that's the thing, the people that play games, like if you're playing games, be open about the fact that you're playing games. There's no need to deceive anybody. Exactly. There's no need to deceive anybody, because there are other people that also want to. Exactly. Like, just find another person that. Exactly. Like, find another person that's in the same space as you that wants to also play games, and you guys can play with each other, but don't bring your games to somebody that is serious and then
you both get played.
It's easy for everybody. Just stick to the one that's is playing games
Exactly.
too.
Exactly. And also
Someone
to
said
just
I did
kind
a
of
I did a
Canadian
Canadian
games,
based GF.
People don't
also
like
like
playing games.
to kind of add to like being open and diverse over there, once like the core values you want in a person, like the core of that person. I've seen some people like even though they might not be black, they might be white and all that, but these people, you're going to invite them to the barbecue because they've been around, they understand how these things work, like either maybe they've dated lots of black people before, they know the culture and all that, they understand. So you will now say, oh, because this person is white and all that, oh, I won't date them. But the person really understands. It should now be based on like
Exactly.
what is the core value of this person? What do they like? For example, Priska mentioned she wanted like a Catholic person, like that is very specific. And if that's what you want, you got to find someone that fits into that particular spec and all that. So once you figure that out, the remaining nights, okay, are we compatible? Can we talk? Like
Yeah.
can we flow and vibe? So yeah, a boring person is a boring person, no matter the race and stuff you're in.
Moshokwe, that's your own being
It's my
interesting.
own. No. Life is too short for. I'm normally like life is too short to be boring and like let's enjoy soft
Yeah.
life. That's my motto nowadays. Let's just
Yeah.
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 I think if you're moving here from Nigeria and you have something working for you, please don't destroy it to come here thinking that you find somebody else. It will shock you.
Yeah.
It will really shock you. Like if you have something
Mm-hmm.
working for you really good in Nigeria, like hold on to that and then move here and build on that. Don't come here thinking
Yes.
a lot of men or a lot of women lined out for you to actually find one and get married to. It's hard out here. It's really hard
Yeah.
out here.
The streets.
And you have to like do a lot of things that like someone like me, I'm not used to being outgoing, but I had to be outgoing. I had to go to church. I go to church normally, but like I go
That's
to
a
church
good start to
normally,
the
don't get me
mission.
wrong, but
Okay,
like you have to be
mission.
outgoing. Like even when you get that person, you have to do a lot of things to sustain the relationship, which could be like out of who you are. I guess that's what relationship is going to be about, like leaving your comfort zone to like
Compromise.
meeting the
Yeah.
person in a halfway and stuff like that. So if you have anything for you in Nigeria, please, or wherever you're living, don't abandon that to come here and look for new things. It's very hard.
Yes, I agree. Definitely don't throw that away
Don't,
thinking,
yeah.
oh, when you come here, there'll be lots of options. Nah, a lot of people here are keeping to themselves. A lot of people are online dating. So if you're not on those apps, they're not even, some people do online dating and then they don't even, I feel like here, people don't just, here, a lot of guys, like we said before, are more careful. They don't, you can't just walk up to somebody, like to a female specifically, and be talking a lot. It can come across
Yeah.
like really, really scary
Even if someone is talking
because
to me a lot, I feel very uncomfortable. Like, why are you talking to me?
even as
Like,
a guy,
even as a guy, I'm like, why are you talking to me? Like,
Like
because you're kind of just used to it, just moving and stuff. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people here, like I don't know, based on my experience, I feel like a lot of people here they want to meet you in a group, in a gathering, and then weigh you out, and then you guys can start friendship based on that gathering, not like outrightly meeting you and trying to like try you. No, that they want to meet you in a common ground where probably in a party, and there's no that pressure of I'm wanting to date you. No, they just want to like see who you are and try to get to understand you from like an outside perspective before they come into your life and wanting to like take up a space in it.
yeah, and that's also important too, right? Like for if it's important to you, then it's important. Just like you said, sometimes you go on their Instagram pages, see how they engage people,
Exactly.
that the kind of people that engage with them in their comment section and things like that. Someone said you can also open an online relationship platform. Let me tell you something. I've tried something like this, and now women full day to find guys that are, and that's the thing, Moshokwe. I know you probably, I think you were engaging in something like
Yeah,
that before
I did.
too,
Yeah, I
right?
did that before too. Yeah.
It's like there's so many women that are ready to be serious, but to now find those serious guys to match them with is the problem.
Yeah.
And that's why we're even having this conversation in the first place. Moshokwe, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, I mentioned earlier that like the phase of life and all that, and this is what I've seen, like from doing like matchmaking and all that. At a particular certain age, like the women are serious, like, oh, I'm ready to settle down. But the guy at this same age too is just, yeah, it's also is just enjoying life. It's like,
Cruising.
well, like, you get, let me cruise, let me flex, like sometimes too, like some people aren't able to, like, for example, you see a successful woman, you're kind of afraid, then you start chasing the other people. So you rarely see people that are serious. And sometimes to the serious guys, some girls will tell you, I don't like him, is because the guy is building his life. He's a boring guy. So you want someone that is serious but still wants to be putting you on cruise. Like you have to, kind of like pick and choose. So some serious
Yeah.
guys are out there, they're building themselves, they're working on themselves, like making some inputs. Some other guys are on serious, but they're just out there and everywhere. So yeah, that's the reason why I see that kind of thing happens. Like some guys at the age of like, oh, like I'm young and fresh, I can get anything I want now that I have money. So maybe.
And other girls are available at my disposal
Exactly,
without me
exactly.
having to
And
chase.
you are saying, "Oh, I want to be serious." Maybe like, "Oh, I want to wait to marriage," and the guy has one girl, someone that's ready to drop everything. It's like, yeah. So that's just my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Let's quickly touch on this before we go. But what are some of the things you need to look out for on first dates here in Canada? In Nigeria, you try to meet people, you don't care about their credit score, you don't care about the kind of debt that they have, you don't care about, the kind of job. Well, sometimes you might care, but here, like the kind of job you do, whether you're full time permanent, depending on whether you want to buy a house or not, what stage you are, so what are some of the things that you might not even ask outrightly, but you kind of want to know, please, before we even take it any further, how far with this? What are some of those things that you would like to know?
Can I go first?
Yeah, please go
Yes.
first, Priska.
One of the things, and I think I was talking to someone about this. Where is your PR card? Are you legal in this country? Yeah, like that is the
But
basics for
and
me.
and
What
most
about
Where,
people
where's
students
your
now,
work
international
permit?
are most people actually
Like,
students?
yeah,
legal.
where's your work permit? Like, are you that person
Okay.
that is you came here, you visited, and you're just trying to like look for who to, do the more you do, the less you see kind of
But
shit.
they deserve love too.
They do, but not with me. Sorry. They do, but like, yeah, like I wouldn't ask you outright, but that would be very rude. I tried to like engage you. Okay, how did you move here? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Based on those things, I was able to like weigh. Okay, what is your like? I'm not saying that those people do not deserve love or I cannot be with them, but like a lot of them do a lot of sneaky things and I don't want to be associated with those things, right? Like, probably don't have a job that doing one or two things that I can't really put my hands on. So do you get so because I don't like that lifestyle, I try to like make sure okay, at least you're legal in this country or you're your pathway towards getting your permanent residence or whatever that you are here with. That's what I look out for. And then some things I kind of think is important is because a lot of women here are independent, strong-minded, and stuff like that. A lot of some men want to now become the woman, why the woman becomes the man. And seriously, like when you hear them speak, they try to like know where you are in terms of your job. Do you have an investment? Do you have a house? If I do you like are you also having those things? Do you get what I mean? Like don't be that person that wants to come into my house, for example, and you want to become the woman. Why a horse and I've been there doing like I want to make sure that our level of competitiveness or our level of what was it called? Like we have something that we are chasing. You just don't want to be a dormant, a
Yeah.
house husband kind of thing. Nah,
Yeah.
and because women make it so hard for like a woman can easily take on those roles and a man can easily relax. Like if you don't actively look out for those things, you end up being in that situation whereby you're doing all the hustling and the man is just in the background, just chilling and drinking wine and just, chopping your money, I guess.
Your money.
Mushokwe, your
Yeah,
own
for me, like
thoughts. What
before
are, what
you
are some of the important things that you need
yeah,
to know?
before we even agree to say, okay, let's go on a date and all that, we would have spoken and had conversation, and you ask some of the
Before the
important
first
questions.
date.
So like there's a couple of things you need to ask for the first date. So I can know if you're like a real person, you're a creep and all that. For example,
Like what?
I should know the basic things. Okay, what do you do? You understand? Try to understand a couple of things. See if we even have common interests. I won't come to a date and then we'll not be looking and all that. What do you do? For example, I'm a kind of person that like faith is important to me. So do we align in terms of faith and all that? So if I'm looking and go and a date is and I'm not talking about hangout though. You can hang out with somebody, but if a date is specific towards or I want to get to know you and it's more towards but if it's hangout. If you just you want to chop, I'll invite you, we'll chop, we'll just laugh and we'll go. But if it's for a date, I need to know those kind of things. What do you do? First of all, like, are you that kind of person? What interest do you have? Do we even have common interests? Do we align? You get that kind of thing. Like, for example, do you use drugs? Do you use all those kind of stuff? You need to know those things to see okay, if I'm very compatible. For example, if someone's a smoker, I can't even meet that person in public because I'm very allergic to smoke. I'll start sneezing and I may fall sick. So I can't get that kind of thing. So after we then go through
Yeah.
those kind of places, then we agree on a time to meet. With COVID, it makes it hard because now, like, you have to. I'm not going to ask you if you are vaccinated and stuff, but at least are you safe? That's I don't want to infect somebody or you infect me and all that. and then we meet, and then it's okay. Do we vibe in person? And also, yeah, just get the basic questions out of the way, know what they are, then meet in person and further the conversations.
Okay, at what point do you bring in credit? Like, because some people are out here with like really, really screwed up credits, like, and that stuff will stay on your credit bureau for 7 years.
Yeah,
Definitely not the first date.
yeah, not the first
Okay,
day.
so at what
Too,
point do
it's too
you ask
intense.
about that?
I think as you start to have conversation and get interested in each other, you start to get deeper and deeper in conversation. Now, if the only thing you're talking
And that
about
comes
is
out naturally.
like
That
come out
comes out
naturally,
naturally.
exactly. If you're only talking about have you eaten, sorry, you're on your own. Keep talking about like deeper stuff, and you go into everything. What is your view on finance? Like how do you think you're responsible into the home? Later on, like oh, do you have debts? Like what is your preference? You talk about those things. So to come naturally, but for me at that particular the phase where that happens, we know like because of course you're not going to just be sharing your whole dirty
Yeah,
laundry
with
to everybody.
anybody.
We know okay now we're kind of talking to know like let's get all our red flags out, and that's why you have to be very intentional. So if someone is still doing basketball, you're like, I don't have time. Let's talk
Says
about the
bastard.
main things. Exactly. So when you then get it, then realize, okay, can I actually handle all this stuff? And if you can't handle it, you be like, sorry, I don't think this is going to work, and everybody goes their way. That's my own
Interesting.
approach.
Sonia, is there anything that you have to know early enough that could possibly be a deal breaker for you? So we've talked about having legal status in Canada, I guess debt, but that would be like along the line, credit history and all of that later down the line as you go on dates and have
I just
conversations.
I think I have to have a glimpse of your mindset, the kind of personality you have. Like for me, especially because I like a very confident person. So I have to somehow see that. It has to show in the way you talk, in the way you relate with me, because I'm a very confident woman, very, very confident, very comfortable in my skin, and it can be a bit much for some people. So if you're not a confident person on your own, we're going to clash. It's gonna be you trying to pull me down to your size, trying to pull me down to size, so you don't feel bad or whatever. So I need you to be really confident in your who you are as a person, your own values and whatever. That's something I try to look out as soon as possible. If there's and it's just from like slight comments, so just having a conversation. There's some slight comments somebody will make. You're just like, I'm
Mm-mm.
already knowing. I'm already knowing that this one is thinking this kind of way. So for me, I concentrate on the mindset from the get go. Like I'm trying to figure out your mindset. I'm very observant, so I'm listening. I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm listening and reading between the lines. So there's certain things you just say to a certain comment or a certain situation. It can be something gist on social media, and your comment towards that gist is telling me a lot about how you think. So I think that those are the first things I look out for first before I start thinking about like credit, what are you doing, if you're even legal. I won't even know if I should even bother talking to you before we start finding out if you're legal or not, or what your real situation is. So that's, for me, that's a big thing. I just want to have a glimpse of what your mindset is before.
See, let me tell you people, if I was single, I swear, before we even physically see, truly, I must know that you're legal in the country.
Of course.
And I must know what your credit is like. Oh.
How will you know?
We will have that conversation. We will be chatting about it because I'm very big on financial literacy. Very, very big on financial literacy. I have financial goals. I know that, some conversations you don't want to, bring it out too early. But honestly, if you're uncomfortable talking about financial literacy, that's a red flag for me.
Oh yeah. So like you can talk about financial literacy, but imagine like
Yeah.
on the first day, I'm like, what is your credit score? How much do you have in
No,
bank
you're
account?
not asking for
Exactly. I'm
credit
not
score
asking,
now.
but
It's just
some people from how like for example, you realize that this person seems to be living more than their means. You understand?
Exactly. And
You get. I
yeah,
start to
you
look at
would
I,
know
for
from
example.
conversations too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know, like by God's I'm doing okay and stuff, but there's some things I can't do. You understand? Like I can't say, oh, I'm going to go and buy one BMW of $100,000. How? And I see someone driving. I'm like, well, you work at. I'm not, not trying to dog anybody, but you work at this kind of job. I'm like, you're earning this amount I spend. I know there's something wrong somewhere. Like it's either you
Yeah.
don't care about finances, or maybe you've gotten some money that we don't know. So you can see those things as you ask them.
Yeah, from chats before I physically see anybody, because I'm a very lazy dater. Like if I was in the dating scene, you hardly be seeing me. If we are not serious and we've not really, had those conversations, and bruh, I'm not coming out. That's it. I'm not coming out. So for me, maybe if I were single still, I would be in a different frame of mind. I would have different opinions. But based on how I was as a single lady, bro, I have to know from chatting with you that you're financially literate and you take financial literacy very seriously before we even see. Right, because I don't want to waste my time. That's the thing. If it's different, if I'm the kind of person that likes to go out, going out, whether I see you, I don't see you, I'm going out anyway, right? But for me to come out of my house, you guys know, chica I know, but for me to come out of my house, it takes a lot. So for me, if those conversations can't be had, over the phone first, for me to know where you're at, with regards to finances and things like that, then bro, it just might not happen. But
I think for me, like in that aspect, I like to look out, right? I suppose because I don't fucking lie. Like they can just tell you shit, bubble you up and down, and at the end of the day, it's a lie. For me,
You
I
have to
like
be very
like,
observant.
yeah,
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
go out with you, I have a maximum that we should be spending. Sorry, like a lot of girls want to be, spend 1,000 on me. If I go out and you spend $500 on the meal or whatever, that is the end of it. Like, sorry, is the end. Like, where are we going to from here? Do you want to impress me? I don't want to be impressed. Let me see the real
But
you.
that should depend on what you know about the person, right? Like if the person is some
True.
CEO boss, $500
Yeah, okay,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
if he has plenty,
So
Yeah,
it
if you got the
depends on their
money,
level. If you know the person's level and it's like you're overdoing it for your level, exactly.
exactly. Yeah, exactly my point. Yeah, it has to be in a context of like where you are at,
You
right?
are in
And
your life,
it boils down to a lot of things. The car you drive, like does it match your lifestyle? Where your how your Instagram looks like, does it match your lifestyle? And a lot of people, it's so easy to live above your means in Canada. They will give you $10,000 credit card, off to
blow it.
spend, off here, off here, off here. So it's so easy. And if you don't have that self-control or that perseverance to actually like bring yourself down, hold yourself down, you will just be like in bad credit. So, like for me, I don't ask those questions, but I listen out to them. Like I try to ask you, okay, what is your plans? If I'm hearing I want to buy a house, I want to do blah blah blah. It's like a good indicator, like okay, at least you have your shit together for you to be thinking about those things. But I wouldn't ask you what is your credit score. I mean,
No,
I
no.
will just
Yeah.
But
listen
you
and
would, from
observe you.
conversations, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, honestly. And like you said, it's very easy to live above your means in
It's
this
very
country.
easy in this
A lot of
period.
people are in like crazy debt. And I guess being someone that's in the financial industry too, I've seen a lot of like, how did you get yourself into this mess? And then you're still young and single, and you're out there dating people that don't know that if they marry you, that's
You're in trouble.
it becomes their responsibility
If
too.
they marry and go
So
for the person dies, oh my god, you take on the whole debts.
When I was
so
in
these
Nigeria,
things.
there's a guy I was seeing was my boyfriend. We broke up because of this thing. Because I felt like he did not know how to handle money properly. Just spending anyhow, buying me stuff I don't need when I know he doesn't really have the money. And the
Exactly.
way it got to me is where I had to come and bail him out from like somebody had captured him because of money he was owing or
Oh
something.
hell
So
no.
when that
Hell
one
no.
happened, I was like, that's when it just was like, you know what,
Bye
this kind of
bye.
person, if you marry this person, you will not be able to sleep at night. They may wake up one day and they're coming to seize all your assets, come seize everything. I'm like, I'm not doing, but yeah, it's very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Well, I think we've covered a whole lot today. And okay, somebody's asking a question. Toxic pattern. Oh, hi. And he says, is it really that difficult to get a girlfriend or boyfriend in Canada, or not? I guess. I think we've already covered it pretty
Yeah,
much.
we
But
covered it.
Moshakwe.
Yeah, I think like if it's just to get boyfriend or girlfriend, it's not.
Everywhere.
Oh, it's still
Yeah.
everywhere. But
Awkward.
if
Yeah.
you know what you're looking for, then it becomes hard. If it's just you get boyfriend and girlfriend, and the person just coming to your house, like you only see them at night, and the person your boyfriend, and exactly, and you're all right. But like if you know what you're looking for, like then it then becomes really hard because like you're looking for a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, so I guess what we're saying now is it's easy to find people to have fun with and chill with. But when it comes to serious committed relationships, that's where you might find people complaining and saying, oh, it's too difficult, especially the women complaining because there's limited candidates. There's a limited pool of candidates that are ready for
sensible
exactly
men.
what they want. Sonia, a little less politically correct, but we're passing the same message. But yeah, thank you for that. But I think we're pretty much done. Thank you very, very much, you guys. You took time out of your day. Moshakwe, I know you're a busy man. Your calendar now. Thank God I quickly put it in.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
Priska,
Yeah.
you too, you're very busy. Thank you for coming on. Chika, you're on vacation, enjoy your life, and I pulled you out of that to come and have this conversation. So,
Miami,
you guys, thank you for
Miami.
honoring my invitation.
Miami.
Ooh, yes!
Just
Hey,
playing
God.
from Miami.
Chika. Sonia, give us vlogs, please. We're waiting for YouTube vlogs so that we
my
can.
Instagram. Follow my
Yes.
Instagram. Instagram
Yes.
is where it's at.
You've not been posting.
What's your handle? Drop your handle, Sonia, right?
Yeah, Sonia.
SO1.
SO.
Type it in the comment box. Type it in the comment box so that they can.
For now.
Oh, okay. Let me type it. SON.
1A.
SON1A. Yeah. Okay.
I'll
put the link in the chat.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I'm traveling tomorrow. I'm going on vacation tomorrow. So y'all want to be on my Instagram.
You're
Y'all want to be on my
tomorrow.
Priska, vacation in a vacation.
Enjoying the life.
This one is not vacation. I came to visit my boyfriend.
He says it's not vacation in Miami.
We're going for the vacation tomorrow. So
Oh, nice, nice. And Chika is a world traveler. She's been to what, 32 countries. So you guys go and follow her on Instagram. Her YouTube channel is Hello Sonia. So definitely go on there and check out.
It's 34 countries now, soon to be 36.
Okay.
By the end of next week, it will be 36. So be watching.
Aha. So me, I'm going to stay tuned. Please give me my vlog. That's all I'm asking. All right. So you guys, thank you again. Thanks for everyone watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, just do that right now. So that we can say thank you. Use that as a thank you to our guests, right? Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sparing your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to anyone that needs it. All right, see you in my next video. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Bye. Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Thank you.